You guys have broken like what, 20 Guinness World Records now or something like that?
It's a growing list. It's kind of wild.
We will crown the first ever Hero Tour Battle Champion!
Has there been any pushback, like people saying, "Oh, I don't think that really you guys actually pulled it off, that's CGI," or anything like that?
I think it depends which record. I think Tyler currently holds the record for the longest putt made with a foot-long hot dog, and not a lot of people have disputed that. That gets a little more disputed when it's the world's highest basketball shot, and I think that draws a little bit more scrutiny, but we're okay with that.
Big fan of the dudes and the whole thing. Been following you guys for a long time. I think it's awesome that you guys have kind of exploded into being able to do a theatrical release. How did this come about? Like, how did you go from the YouTube world, now we're getting into the theaters? How did this come up?
Well, listen, first of all, thanks for having me. Appreciative of what you guys do. I'm a dad myself, and absolutely need what you guys are doing in the market to just help people understand what's out there. I'm on the younger side of kids out of the dudes. Garrett has the oldest. His oldest boy is 10, and we're all the way down. I've got a 4-year-old little girl and a 2-year-old little girl. So thank you guys first and foremost. But yeah, it's been, honestly, the whole thing has been so fun. We're 16 years in at Dude Perfect. We started our junior year at Texas A&M with what we thought was just a goofy little YouTube video that for some reason God had bigger plans for. And 16 years later, we're still doing it. We're definitely not trying to get ahead of ourselves on the theatrical piece of it. We're super excited about it, but we're not going to call ourselves movie makers just yet. This is a huge dream come true, though, and something that we've always wanted to tackle.
That's awesome. Give me kind of the overview of the movie and the format, is how it's different from your YouTube shows and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say it's actually pretty dramatically different from the YouTube shows in a really fun way. People who have come to one of our live shows will find it very familiar. Really, the problem we were hoping to solve for is that, yes, we've been making these YouTube videos for 16 years, so fun. We wanted to give somebody something that they could tangibly go experience. So we started 5 years ago the Dude Perfect Live Tour. And to be completely honest, we've just been blown away by the response. We've had each summer over 200,000 people come to those shows. And they started in these college basketball arenas, and now we're doing shows in basically in pretty much only NBA arenas. And there's anywhere from 8 to 12,000 people who will show up to a sold out show at an arena that size. And the energy and excitement is it's incredible. And it's been so much fun for us to be a part of that and to see the reactions of families live and in person instead of just reading YouTube comments. So that's been amazing. On the plus side, we've gotten to go to typically about 24 markets each summer. And that's awesome, but that's only 24 cities. And so I started to say the problem that we were hoping to solve with this is people are always saying, hey, please bring your show to our city. And while we can't go to every city in America, much less around the world, what we could do was capture this in a really professional way and bring that to 1,000+ movie theaters across the United States and certain parts of the world. And so we're just incredibly excited about that. I have been involved from the beginning on what this actually looks like. And to answer your specific question, it captures the show in its entirety, the way that it goes on, and then also shows a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff for Dude Perfect. So whether you're brand new to Dude Perfect or very familiar with it, you'll find pieces that are really fun and exciting, or nostalgic if it's something that you've grown up watching or been watching for years. And I'm just incredibly proud of how the team put it together. And we were at the premiere last week in LA, and it is so fun to sit in the theater and listen to kids and families laugh and enjoy it together. It was really really special for me.
And you guys have kind of made everything, like your whole brand is basically like family friendly. It's for the kids and the families to kind of like enjoy and interact with. How have you seen that like grow over the years, and like what are some of the interactions that are the most memorable from your careers?
Yeah, thank you. Great question. I think from the very beginning, I think that we were making our stuff family friendly just based on our faith. I think that was something that was driving us early on was, hey, we want to be really proud of what we're creating and we're going to do it a certain way. And that was really the only reason that we were making things the way we were. And then the longer we've been doing it, the more we realized that it was a really smart business move as well. And it was serving a real need, because as we started to have families and kids of our own, you quickly realize there is almost nothing that I can take my kids to or watch alongside with my kids that both my child and I as an adult enjoy. And we have felt very much like God has just given us the opportunity and really just laid on each of us that this is important, and serving families with things they can enjoy together really matters. And so that's really the whole premise of Dude Perfect at this point, is that we're here for the family, and we mean that our stuff is for families, but we are for the family. Like, we are supportive of families, and we want to do everything we can to help people win at family. And in this case, giving them, an opportunity to go see a really fun movie together as a family that's uplifting and enjoyable and exciting for both a kid and an adult is something that we're passionate about.
Love that. And Movieguide loved the movie. It's right up our alley, so we're excited to be a part of it as well. And so you have lots of families and lots of kids that look up to you guys. How do you deal with the pressures of being role models? And now you're a dad yourself. How do you center yourself and make sure that you're the best possible role model for these kids and living up to everything that you're putting out?
See you, kiddo. We talk about that kind of tension quite a bit around here. And I think the reality is that we will admit very publicly, and Tyler shares at tour, like, we're not perfect, right? Like, anytime you're lifted up on a pedestal, whether you're an athlete or in our case in the entertainment space, people want to put you up on a pedestal. And we're the first ones to say, listen, even though our name is Dude Perfect, we are not perfect. We're going to make plenty of mistakes. But to your point, we do recognize that we've been given this position of influence. And I think it has helped significantly that we all have kids. And we are really striving to the way that we would, love on our own families, we want to do that for other people's families and be the type of role model that not only our own kids could be proud of, but that people could look up to and just have somebody to cheer for. And so it's been fun for us. And we definitely hold that, that matters. We don't take that lightly.
What are some of those behind the scenes moments in the movie that you think audiences are really gonna relate to or really glom onto?
And the first one that comes to mind is our team just did an amazing job of putting together what I'll call like a montage, but kind of a recap of all of the special moments throughout these past 16 years. And there's, for people who are familiar with Dude Perfect, there's all types of things. We have battles, we have an overtime series, we have things about our panda as a mascot. Like, there's all these things that have lived on in our world for 16 years. And so I think when people see all of that in this format on a giant movie screen, it just makes you feel something if you care about that. If that has been a meaningful part of your family, which we're certainly appreciative of, it's so fun to see that in this setting. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. But then the behind the scenes stuff of just what life was like for us on tour. The silly things that happen behind stage while we're going out and doing these big giant shows in front of people, but then going back and I'm trying to fix my hair in time to make it out to the show. It's just real life stuff that I think we certainly had fun being a part of, and people don't really normally get a chance to see. So that just makes it enjoyable for us.
And ultimately, what do you hope that families and kids will get out of this movie when they leave the theater?
One thing we tell people at the live events that we certainly hope comes through this is we just hope it's a core memory for a family. We hope that together, like I said, because there's not that many chances, that as a family, you'll go into the theater, and whether it's kids, teenagers, or adults, that you'll all be laughing and enjoying it together, and that you'll look back at that and be like, man, that was so fun that we got to have that experience together. This wasn't just parents going on a date night. This wasn't just sending your kids off with their friends to go experience it. To have that experience together, I think there's real value in that. And then I think the other thing that really matters to us, and we're very public and upfront about this, and we share this at the end of the live tour, and we're including this at the end of the movie, is that our faith, specifically as Christians and choosing to love Jesus, is the most important thing in the lives of the five of us as dudes. And that has impacted a lot of the decisions that we've made over these last 16 years. And we share that faith at the end of the movie. And we intend to do it in the most open way possible. We let people know, hey, like the show's officially over, but if you want to hear about this is something that we, this really matters to us and we want to share that. And so we hope that that's impactful for people. That has been very important to us to include that in our live shows. And we've gotten a lot of great feedback from people that it's encouraging to them to see, 5 guys in our situation sharing so publicly about that. So that certainly matters a lot to each of us. And we hope that's an encouragement to believers out there, and also something that's interesting to those who might not be and are interested in learning more.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing. And where can they find this movie? When is it coming out?
Yeah, this movie launches this weekend. There's some individual showings across the country on Thursday night, but it goes out to the masses on Friday. So this movie's gonna be available for 10 days. So it's a short window. I would encourage anybody who's thinking about to go ahead and get your tickets quickly. It's gonna be super, super fun. We can't wait to hear everybody's response. We hope that anybody who's watching really enjoys the movie.
Glory with his first basket.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you want more content like this, head over to Movieguide.org. Movieguide is a nonprofit organization, and we are supported every day by viewers like you.